Whiskey Hobbit here, and I'm reviewing Teeling single grain. This is bottled at 46%. It's finished in wine cask, so they just put it in wine cask for I don't know how long, but a short while. And this particular bottle was bottled in 2016. It's a little bit old, but should still give me a good idea of what I think of this particular whiskey. And this is, I mean, I tried it before buying this, and I really liked it. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It's there we go. Yeah, out of the Teeling range, the main core range they've got is the grain, the single malt, and the blend, which is just called Teeling Small Batch, I think. Well, they're all very nice, but if I'm honest, when I've tried them lined up, this is my favourite. It's just that little bit better than the rest. It's nicer, it's sweeter, it's fruitier. Anyway, that's my opinion, but let's jump into it. So on the nose, it's really quite a sweet, grapey, fruity. Yeah, quite, vanilla-y, juicy sweetness to it that you kind of expect if it's a good wine cask matured whiskey. Because there's so many times I've had wine cask matured whiskies that are just nice. There you go. Nothing bad with them. It's just, I think wine casks can be a little bit more temperamental, and you can sometimes get amazing whiskey, and sometimes it just gives you something that's nice, and sometimes it's terrible. So, I mean, you get that with all whiskey, but I think it's more variable with a wine cask, and I haven't tried many, and they've been sometimes really good and sometimes dreadful. But I think this works really well. I don't know how much it's changed to the current version of this. I mean, it might be a bit older, it might be a bit better, I don't know. But I can only review what I've got. So, there you go. It does smell quite like a candy shop as well, like lovely kind of icing sugary, yeah, lemony, hint of lemon, but yeah, quite grapey, melony, sweetness, fruitiness to it. It's nice. It does, I mean, I think this whiskey, it does taste nice. It does taste nice, it's very nice, but the smell is something that I think lifts it a bit. It just makes it that much better because it does smell very nice. It's got a weird kind of grapey meatiness to it, like fruity meat. I can't really explain it. Like pork with some sort of juice. Yeah, it's quite nice. I think the meatiness is coming from this kind of like that bloodiness, that bloody taste you get from steak or something. It's kind of like that. It's nice. I quite like that. Yeah. It's good. It is quite drying though. It does dry the palate out quite quickly, and it's surprising. Again, I don't know what kind of wine cask they've used on this, and to be honest, even if I did know the wine cask type, that wouldn't tell me much because I'm not hugely into wine, so I wouldn't really know what to say about that. Like, oh, it's that wine, lovely. Yeah, a bit useless. But it might give an indication as to why it tastes in a certain way, which is, for whiskey nerds who happen to really like wine as well, it can be very useful, which is why I think it's quite nice for certain distilleries to very clearly tell you what kind of wine cask it is, because this doesn't, it just says wine casks. It doesn't really help me at all. Whereas someone like Aaron Distillery, they will happily tell you what kind of cask it is, and they've got a whole selection of different wine casks, which are all really good. So all a little bit different as well. So it is important, I think. It's got kind of a chalkiness to it now, actually. like sort of chalky, beachy kind of mineraliness to it. At least on the nose, it's kind of reminds me of that. And there's a little bit of that extra sweetness to it, which is very nice. Yeah, I mean super fudgy. Yeah, really nice. It's not the most complex whiskey, which isn't a bad thing. You know, sometimes it's nice to have something a little bit less complex and less involved. Sometimes nice just to have something quite simple but tasty. So yeah, I would say that's kind of this bottle. It's not got the longest finish, but it is very nice, and the whole bottle as a whole goes down lovely. It's about £45, I think. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't checked recently, but I think it's about £45, which is pretty decent. But then again, you got to think I'm paying for a non-aged statement bottle of grain whiskey from Ireland for £45. Is it really worth it? Yeah, I think it is. I think it's pretty good. It's just one of those bottles where, unless you've tasted it, I don't think it would be a safe buy. Like, off the top of my head, it's not something I would have thought of buying. But if you've tasted it before, you can get, it might not be for you. Maybe it's just my sweet tooth that makes me like this. But yeah, if you like something a bit sweeter and a little bit more simplistic, it's nice. It's still got a bit of depth to it, a bit of interesting flavours to it, a bit of kind of a licoricey mineraliness to it, which is really nice. The finish isn't that long, and there's a lot of places where I think it could be better, but I'm going to give it 84, I think, because I was a bit generous with my last review. I can't remember what it was, but no, I think it was the one before the last one. I can't remember what it was, but I'm going to give this 84. It's nice. It's really good. Good single grain, but and good as as a way to try something new. But like I say, it falls short a little bit in some of the areas, but it is very nice. And if you want to try a single grain, I would highly recommend it. Not really sure what I'm going to try in my next review. Possibly an Isla. Something different. So yeah, until next time.